Hey guys, I wanted to record a screencast for you to keep referring back to when you get ready to apply for the NCLEX because it can be a little bit tricky. And you want to make sure you follow all of these steps. So the first thing is to go to the website located at the top of your screen here. So type that in. Once you are there, you want to go to Application for New Graduates. Click the link. Read through all of this, but the very first point is that you need to register and have your fingerprints / criminal background check at least 48 hours before you actually apply for your licensure to test. So that can be started as soon as today, as soon as you're ready. It will be a $51 fee, and we'll go over that. That's what you have to pay to have your fingerprints scanned into the system. So here's the link that explains that. Gives you two options, in-state, out-of-state, and then yet another website. Once you go to this website, you want to click Georgia Gaps, Applicant Registration, Secretary of State, and Board of Nursing. So here we go. Georgia Gaps, Applicant Registration. On this screen, you can also find a fingerprint location. So once you're finished applying or registering, these are the areas that you can go have that fingerprint done. If you click on Brunswick, these are our particular areas: Kingsland, Douglas, one in Brunswick, Hinesville, Vidalia, Waycross. If you click on that again, it tells you more directions and the telephone number. Okay, back to applicant registration. Secretary of State, Board of Nursing. Read all that stuff, agree to it. It will now take you to the screen where you can register. As you're registering, you need to make sure that your name, first and last, matches the same name that we have on file for you with the School of Nursing, and that matches the same name you have on file with the registrar at the college. If you're having any discrepancies, it can delay your ability to test. So you need to make sure all of those things match. So fill out all of your information. When you click continue, it will then take you to the screen where you pay with a credit card or a money order. And again, it's $51. Once you've registered, you can go to the site we discussed a second ago, get fingerprinted, and have that on file prior to initiating the full application process. I'm going to go back to that original screen we were on. Okay, so again, 48 hours. You want to make sure you do that prior to applying for your licensure. You also want to register with Pearson VUE at least 48 hours prior to applying for licensure. This ensures that your information is available when your application is processed. Again, your legal name, same one that's on your ID. So you'll take your driver's license when you get ready to test. That needs to be the same exact name before they'll let you have entrance into the testing center. I wanted to point out that what I mean by register with Pearson VUE, that doesn't mean register for your NCLEX or to take the test. You just need to create an account with Pearson VUE. So if you just bring up a Google search engine, put in Pearson VUE NCLEX, click Pearson VUE, takes you to their home page. You just want to register for the NCLEX on Pearson VUE, and then register. It's going to ask you for some information. You're essentially creating an account. The account has to be present prior to you trying to apply for licensure, so they have your information. Okay, so once you finish putting in all of that information, it'll take you to another screen for some information. There's 3 or 4 steps here. Here we go, 4. Contact, additional, and then you create the account. Make sure you remember your account information to log on. Okay, so once you have your fingerprints and you have registered with Pearson VUE, you want to go to the True Licensure application process. Here, please carefully read the questions regarding previous arrests. This is a big issue when you're registering. It specifically asks you, have you ever been arrested? So it doesn't matter if you've taken care of it, if it wasn't a big deal, if it was a sponge, reduced, anything. If you have ever been arrested, you need to say yes to this question. And it even says falsifying it, intentionally or not, will result in increased processing time and may result in a board order and a fine. Include accurate email address with your application. This is how they'll communicate with you. So make sure you check whatever email that you have given them. Here's that same name information again, same name when applying for licensure and registering with Pearson VUE. When we submit your information, we want to make sure your name that we have on file is the same name you'll be using. And I believe number 7, recent changes require you to submit secure and verifiable documentation. So it's just proving who you are. And you do not have to send in a paper copy anymore. So once you've completed the above steps, you may submit your online application for exam. It looks like I have some information in there. And I'm already a nurse, so it's probably not going to let me show you on this screen. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Okay, I had to go to the actual downloadable forms just because I already have a license and it's not wanting to let me reapply for one. So this is what yours will look like when you click on that link, or should look like. Make sure again you read through all of this information. Let's repeat it again. If you have disabilities that are documented, read there. And then this is what yours will essentially look like, the same information. There's an application fee of $40. Again, name is very important. Make sure your information is entered correctly. If you've ever applied previously to take the NCLEX, then you need to list your state. This is the important have you ever been arrested piece. You want to answer that. It's yes for an arrest or conviction, even if it's pardoned, and so on and so forth. Okay. Georgia law requires applicants to submit a copy of your secure and verifiable document. This includes a copy of your driver's license, passport, or a copy of your current immigration documents. Okay, so when you do this online, you will upload them online within that online application process. However, you also need to fax or email a copy of it, and I have the information here on this email. Okay, so Georgia law requires all applicants to submit secure and verifiable documentation regarding citizenships. It may be faxed to 877-371-5712 or emailed to nursing@sos.ga.gov. You'll receive an email reminder, and then you have to have that in order for your application to continue on. Once you have completed all of the things we've talked about so far, you will receive an authorization to test at the email that you provided them. Once you receive that authorization to test, ATT, you can schedule your exam with Pearson VUE. So back to the NCSBN website, back to register for the NCLEX. And it explains it here. Submit your application, registration, meet all of their requirements. We'll let you know that by that authorization to test. Then you can register and pay with Pearson VUE. Same kind of information. I want to make one correction or clarification. So when you originally came to the site to register with Pearson VUE, at that time you're going to want to go ahead and register and pay for your NCLEX. That's part of that registration piece, and then you'll get your authorization to test approved. At that time, you can schedule. So once you've been made eligible and received your authorization to test, you can schedule by selecting sign in or register from the menu. You must test within the validity dates of your authorization to test. They cannot be changed, all of that. And if you have to change it, then there's a fee. Okay. Once you've registered and paid and you're getting ready to schedule, you can take the test in a number of areas. Jacksonville, there's several testing centers in Atlanta, there's one in Savannah, so you'll choose the Pearson VUE center that fits you the best. And the final step is very, very important. You nail it. You walk into that testing center and you own it. You pass with flying colors, and then you call me and say, thank you for preparing me. Dr. Watkins, Miss Chambers, thank you for preparing us, because we knew our junk and we nailed it. I hope this was helpful and something that you can refer back to.